Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the advanced class. If you're new here in this class, don't worry. This is nothing to be scared of. The advanced class is actually beginner friendly. We take one or two topics throughout the class and go deep within those topics and explain it thoroughly for you understandment. So you can basically say, all right, we already have checked this out. Go into my trading stuff. So we're going to be talking about a couple of things. Today, I will be recording this session. It's going to be just my screen. I'm going to be uploading it here on the Discord on the pre-recorded classes, on the recording classes, on the live classes, and it's going to be exclusively here on Discord. It's not going to be through YouTube. It's going to be just played out here. It's going to be only my screen, so you might not be seeing my face in here, neither the comments. But other than that, hey guys, welcome. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. Right, we see Kimiko, we see Meta B, Lucky D, what's up, buddy? And welcome, Eugene, what's up? Dr. Toxic, great name there. S-Way, what is up, my friend? Aaron, what's up, buddy? Firehawk, what's up? Kimiko, Rodri Perhaps, sorry for that. Tokotoshi, what's up, buddy? Blood Group, what's up? You can't fire what? Fire me? Says I don't fire me, yeah. Great. Nobody wants to fire you, buddy. Not in here. We want you here. Chocoloco Kid, what's up, my boy? Great name there. Tinomi, what's up? UKM and Daggett DT, what is up, Daggett? Great to have you here. Great to see you here around. If I'm missing your name, please let me know right here. And if you are also new in the chat, please let me know so we can also put some focus on your questions there. And maybe explain them a little bit more in simple terms, right? I do have three different questions. Today, the main topic by request is going to be, what's it going to be? Man, I completely forgot. I believe it was a stop loss. So we're going to be talking about it. Give me just 1 second, guys. I need to make sure that I am recording. I'm not 100% sure of it. But give it just 1 second here. Oh, got it. All right, so we are recording. Perfect. So I'm talking about stop loss and also MFI. So those are going to be the main two topics. They're already predefined based on request. But I also see that we have a couple of questions, important questions from Firehawk. So first of all, let me attend to those questions. I'm not going to be going so deep within them. Maybe tomorrow we can go farther inside because we're not going to have enough time for all of the topics. Remember, today's advanced class, and we try to make the most out of the preset topics. So I have three questions, Firehawk says. Question one. First, how do you pick an asset? I'm going to compare that to how do you pick your best or your favorite flavor of ice cream, right? I think everybody loves ice cream. Hopefully everybody does. So you said also there's like Coinbase, there's 250 plus coins to pick from. How would you arrow the least down to manageable leaf to trade from? It is just a personal preference, but there are a couple of things I want to compare it with, right? So first things it is, what is your predetermined best flavors, right? So when you go to pick up an ice cream, if you already like chocolate, well, chocolate should be one of those ones that you should be trying out. Maybe the chocolate flavored ice cream is just tastes like S, right? And it's nothing like the real flavored chocolate, but you do have a little bit of a bias there. Same thing happens with the coins. Like for example, if you already know or like Bitcoin, going for Bitcoin, it is a great idea. Why? Because it is one of the most picked. It is a number one cryptocurrency, and also it is one of the most. It is one of the trend following, so it just have a ton of money within it that it is called market capitalization. So it has a huge market capitalization, right? If you're not talking about crypto, if you're talking about assets, same thing happens there. What are the biggest enterprise out there? What are the most peaked? What are the most looked at? What are the most traded? I could maybe just at the top of my head tell you something like Walmart for nothing really changed about it. So basically just kind of like a stable coin. Apple, Nvidia, SMC, I don't know, Google, Meta, a couple of those ones, right? If you own already Facebook, you think it's going great, well then just like the chocolate bias, right? If you already have Facebook and you think that they're making advances on their platforms, well then maybe Meta could be for you, right? Other than that, it's going to be also how things played out, right? I mean, but you already have your flavor, which is either bias or something that it is looking great, but you haven't tasted, right? It is that exactly, a taste trade. So it's not that you need to put money on it, right? It is something that, for example, you can go ahead and go into the charts, turn on your indicators and see if they match your style, right? Remember that gold doesn't move the same as Bitcoin, right? Doesn't move the same as Walmart. Walmart doesn't move the same as Apple, right? So what are you looking for? Basically, I do have three questions for you to make yourself when choosing one of those stocks, for example, or even cryptocurrencies. How volatile you like it to be, basically how much crazy movement. If you're good at catching tops and bottoms and crazy movement, well then go for a volatile coin, right? But always start slowly. At this point, remember, we're just looking at charts. We are not talking about just injecting money into the coin. Then remember that you already need to, I mean, in this strategy that we're talking about, it also involves looking at the most tradable or top traded time frames, right? I would say 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, 6 hours, and daily. You don't need to go crazy with this, just make an overall overview. I do got an example here, and I want to talk about, for example, Disney, right? Who likes Disney? Raise your hand. Or who hates Disney? If you hate Disney, give it a thumbs down. If you like Disney, give it a heads up. That's a little bit of I want to know what you guys think there. Rashid, what's up, buddy? Great name. One of my favorite people. It's called Rashid. One of my best friends there. So great name there. Hi, what's up? Hopefully you're having a great time and welcome. Welcome to Prime. Aaron, sweet morning, everybody. Hey, little fish, what's up? Welcome, buddy. Kimiko, ETH, it is strawberry. I love it, buddy. Yes, strawberry chocolate. My favorite. Dislike Disney, great. I will also be voting on this one. I'm gonna put a dislike there. Let's see, thumbs. So I can. There we go. Dislike Disney. Don't like Disney. Let's see. MEH. What is MEH? 50-50. Let me know there. Or me in 50-50. Oh, I see. Better make a lot of crypto profits to go to Disney. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whether we like it or not, and this is something that we also need to bias in it, is it being traded? Can I profit out of it? I'm going to give you one of my best example. Binance coin, right? BNB, Binance coin, and there's another one that I really hate. But let's just get started, which is Tron, right? So man, it really cringe every time that I trade those. I really cringe, right? But not me liking them doesn't mean that I cannot profit out of them, right? The way that I support a coin, a project, or a stock, it is for me to buy it and hold it. Why? Because if I do that, I'm taking out of the market some shares, some coins, some tokens, basically, and I know I'm not a whale, right? But if we collectively do this, there's going to be less shares, less crypto, less tokens out in the market, and eventually the price is we're gonna have a price shock there. All right. So that's how I do my little grain of salt by holding a stock. That's the difference between trading something and holding something. All right. And also whenever, the way that you also punish something or something that you don't like, it is you already have a ton of holdings and they're not basically doing what you like. Well, sell a big portion of it, right? And also go ahead and express it on social media. That they know that you are actively selling. Doesn't matter if it's one share, half of a share, 0.0000001 of a share, one contract, doesn't matter. The thing is that you become an activist, all right? So you express yourself because the only way to get things changed is by you getting noticed. You are the comp stage. What? I'm doing Bitcoin since 2017. Oh my God. My largest running relationship. Daggett couldn't expect less from you, buddy. Great shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to Little Fish. What's up, my boy? So let's go to the next one, right? I mean, there's a ton of questions. And all right, the next thing it's going to be after what are the most tradable, then the ones that they behave like you like or something that you think that you're gonna do great trying it, right? And then those are kind of like the weird ass looking flavors that maybe they smell good, they look good, right? But you don't have a freaking idea, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe we're talking onions and garlic flavor. I'm kidding. But you know which one I haven't tried and I'm kind of like cringing about. It is vanilla ice cream with olive oil. Ooh, I do need to taste it because of the reviews. But, I mean, it sounds freaking horrible. I don't know whoever tried that. Well, I will eventually. But the thing is, like, for example, are we talking about meme coins? Well, I would also cringe by a whole again meme coin, right? But if I maybe see future in it, maybe Dogecoin, right? Could be some of those. Maybe Dogecoin it's in a downtrend. I set up my support resistances, and then I do a little entry right there, right? Just for the long run, maybe hold it, or maybe 2x leverage, 3x leverage, just to try it out to see if I like it or I don't like it, right? Put a ring on it. Fifthly, it good. Do not put a ring on it. Exactly. Do not put a ring on it. It's good time to sell Apple. Roddy, perhaps. We can take a look at Apple. So, I mean, I've been looking at Apple and seems good. All right. Let me start sharing my screen because I just realized that I haven't shared my screen. There we go. And we got here Walt Disney Company. Look at that trickle down, my friend, right? I mean, we already have had a couple of things. The thing is, this is people not being happy, right? But also there are the other side of the coin, which is not because you don't like it, you cannot profit out of it. I'm not sending you guys to buy Disney, right? In fact, just so you know, I'm not gonna be buying Disney, not even if that makes me money. That's how I am so against Disney at this point, right? I don't think they're pushing the right way, but that is just my personal belief, my personal values. If you believe that they're doing great, you can go ahead and support them, right? So here's what we're going to be seeing here. So remember what I tell you, look for some support resistances or some other stuff. Something that I see, it is this discrepancy. Look at this red neon light, right? And then we have bits of green neon lines, right? So what are those? If I go into my market article, I'll see that I do have my prime ranges and my prime trend assistance. Those neon-like lines are the prime trend assistance, all right? At this point, let me just minimize this one, perfect. And this is telling me that I'm having a little bit of an indecision in the market between changing early trends, right? This is what it tells you, early trend shifting. And if you can see here, it's been fairly accurate, right? For example, you started here, maybe you jump in a little bit later, and as you can see, you would be in profit small, but still in an early possible shift. Something, and that's just because I'm a hater of Disney, that I don't like, it is bouncing off. That means that we're still above the zero line, which means that we might still have some momentum to start pushing upwards. Something that makes me happy, though, because I'm a hater of Disney, right? I just make, guys, remember, I'm trying to make this a little bit fun here for you guys. So feel free to bash on me if you like. I can take it. I can take it. Promise. I won't cry too much today night. All right, so the thing that I'm kind of like saying, yeah, you know this, it's going to be that we're still on the red cloud, which means a upcoming movement, right, should be fairly negative or at least ranging. So I could be maybe seeing a couple of rejection, maybe making a little bit of a range in here, increasing my consolidation score. And when I get somewhere around 910, I could be then breaking up or breaking down. What's going to happen there? Whenever I start breaking the cloud, it's going to be giving me the heads up for that movement. If I break up the cloud, most likely I'm going to be piercing through dynamic reactor. I personally don't think that we're just ready. I think that we're going to have a fake out, all right? But this is one of the things that I would maybe consider based on the strategy on how to pick up your assets. So cool to see you in that top energy. Thank you, my friend. Awesome to learn trading and all that ambiguous stuff in such positive atmosphere. Lucky deal, buddy. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Always putting the 100% of my time. Today was a special day because from a long time I've been looking for food dragon to have as a breakfast and a big breakfast. It gave me the pumps in here. So thank you so much for joining. Always loving also to be here. And I see you guys also making my day in here, especially you guys, veterans that are always supporting the classes and being around. I deeply appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, guys. Let's take a look at what else. Just to wrap things up, we're getting at half of an hour and we still need to talk about the stop loss and also the MFI. So let's see what else we got. Those are a couple of strategies on how to try to start looking for coins. Also, remember when I explained of what are the most traded? Also, which ones are the most popular? That doesn't mean they are the most traded. The most popular usually are narrative driven. For example, Google, right? Or Meta or AI, right? Anything that has to do with AI, the chips that create the AI. Why? Because AI, it is a big phenomenon that is actually changing and reshaping the world as we know it, right? That is narrative trading. Another thing that happened last cycle was NFTs. Another thing that happened between last cycle and this cycle, it is crypto gaming, right? I don't think that we're ready yet, but again, if the hype is there, I will be profiting out of it, and so on and so forth. So I think we got that question covered. Of course, there are infinite amount of flavors that you can pick from, infinite amount of ways to go and look at. But here's my number. If you are trying to take one important thing, here's my number one friendly advice for you to take a look at an asset. Get started with your bulk at the strongest one, the ones that have the greatest market capitalization, right? Then go for something like popularity, right? Something that has survived the bear market and still popular. And finally, go for the sparks or the shooting stars, which are, narrative-driven coins and maybe not people, sorry, and maybe meme coins, right? And of course, adjust your wallet or adjust your investment based on how important they are for you. My regular or my average rule of thumb is my bigger investment, the bulk of my investment goes for the higher market cap. A little bit or medium of my investment goes for the survivals coins, which they're popular to survive already a bear market. And the least of my capital goes to the meme coins, narrative driven, and just release new coins, right? So just so you know, that's what I do. Also, another strategy will be, all right, maybe just put in, and this is not my strategy personally, but I have done this, right? Put in maybe 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever you feel like it, into whatever shiny thing it's popping up, right? Again, just on your shooting star category, right? Instead of choosing one, you can do micro injection on a lot of them, right? That if, I mean, for some reason, something just shoots out like crazy, well, then you got back your investment and a little bit more in there, right? Let's see, second, when a price is at the premium price range on the Dynamic Reactor MTF, is showing green, would you consider making a trade? Not really, unless I see a breakout retest, except for 15 time frame or reactor green screen for the 30, 60, and 2 hours. All right, so example 15 minutes time frames, reactor reads green. And for a 360 in 2 hours, what? Is it also green? Maybe I do, but only. All right, let's answer this together. Where do we buy? At the top or at the bottom? Right, a little cheat code there. Yeah, I do also recall TSAC, one of our developers, coming in here, and he was saying, "Hey, buddy, OC, what are you saying? That we should be buying high and sell higher?" But yeah, I mean, a little bit of exactly. There you go. At bottoms, at support. There you go. I love that, DB Cooper. Exactly. At support, at retraces, right? Our pullbacks. Those are the safest ways to buy. Of course, close to a support when you're looking at retracement. All right. So let's just go, for example, into, I was looking at, it was aluminum. No, not aluminum, copper, all right. This one on copper, and let me show you copper. This one that I have, it is where on Capital Comp, right? It is basically the same one that we have on India for futures MCX, right? Just so you know. Also, the next one, which is against the US dollar on COMEX, it is this other one, HG, all right? We also have it in here, HG. Let's add it also. Oh, why is it not along the other ones? All right, whatever. And the thing that I want to show you, come on, let's see, copper. And this is it, perfect. We have another one, which is XCUSD, right? So here's the thing, and this is why it's important to have multiple reference when we're talking about a possible entries. Look at right here, right? We broke to the dynamic reactor. It's not about the breakout, it's about the retest, and off we go. Second chance is not about the breakout, it's about the retest. And what should we be doing basically on that strategy? This is a warning signal, guys, but come on, please let me know. We should be theoretically prepare for up and down. Yes, exactly, Daggett. You got this. Basically, theoretically, based on our research, it's not about breakout, it's about the retest. Your best opportunity of retest, it is right there, and off we go. But remember, right now, we are like this. We are tunnel vision, right? Why is that? Because we are just talking about dynamic reactor. We haven't been talking about anything else. And remember, 3 points of contact, always, just like climbing, right? When you're climbing up or when you're hiking up or down, there's always good to have at least 3 points of contact at all times to have the most amount of friction, right? So you don't fall off the cliff. Same thing here. What's gonna be maybe my next point of contact, right? Well, if I'm a little bit lazy, which is fine, right? I'm not saying I am lazy, but it's all about working smarter, not harder, right? Well, then instead of looking all over the place, I can maybe go for my prime score. What is my prime score? What does that mean? For number 4, what is it telling you? And if you don't know, give it a guess. I mean, remember that we are here to learn. I want to see what you guys going down. I wouldn't say going down so far, but I think you got it, Firehawk. I think you're a little bit advanced for what I'm trying to explain. But I would say that we are in the verge of being bearish to turn neutral. So we are barely bearish, right? So, right, barely bearish on our prime score. That is not convincing, actually, right? All right, what could be my next point of contact? My next point of contact, oh, come on. There we go. Perfect. Sorry for that. I'm just sabotaging myself today. The next point of contact could be my oscillator, right? What's happening with the ribbon? And also look at this. What lines are those? And not only that, what is this, right? We have 2 divergences. This is not a triple divergence. There are 2 different divergences, one after another, right? And then we have a peak seeker. Peak seeker tells me or adds confluence to my analysis. My analysis is telling me, not there yet. We're slightly bearish. We're failing below 0 line, and then add confluence to that, my friend, right? So we have what? 3 points of confluence already. And are we ready to maybe do a trade? Well, then Not just yet. And let me explain why. My first point of contact was my oscillator. Oscillator is telling me to jump in. Sorry, not oscillator, my bad. Dynamic reactor, right? Dynamic reactor is telling me to go long. Next point of contact, it is prime score. It is bearish, right? Slightly bearish. And then my third point of contact, it is what? Oscillator breaking through the C line, having peak seeker. But out of those three, one is not pointing out the right direction, right? The next one, it is maybe canceling one. So, oh, sorry, let's just get with that one, right? So I need at least one other to counteract that bullish one. Could be another bullish, could be another bearish, doesn't matter. I need to look at something else, right? Something else, it is my prophecy. And I'm gonna be talking about this prophecy because it is a little bit complex for beginners. Let me explain you why. But by the way, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Not because you see market pumps means that we're gonna keep going up. We need to know when that market pump flagged out, right? So let's go all the way up down here. And we are looking for the change, right? We don't know if we are at the end of the market pump. We don't know if we are at the beginning of the market pump, right? So we need to make that count, all right? So as you can see, we were on market dumps. And this is exactly what it could be happening at this point. We're gonna figure that out, all right? That we are on market pumps, and this is it. Not because I on market pumps, I'm gonna be selling, right? Let's see what happens in here. The way to debug this, it's by looking at your support and resistances. And what we got, a support right here, all right? That's it. So we'll add this in a little bit because I want to get there piece by piece. Remember, today's advanced class, and I'm making it easy to digest for everybody. So let's go one candle. Oh, you see that? Just one more candle, and we have what? Market pumps. Now, because I just had market pumps, well, then I can add that to my confluence area, right? So let's just keep moving until, oh, market dumps, and we have the little dump. There we go. And then market pumps, and we have the little pumping here. So let's see what else. We are still on market dumps. We haven't changed it, right? Since here we have market dumps. So this could be forming because of when this happened, a bearish divergence, right? Because I should be going down, but the price is going up. So do I have a bearish divergence? Not yet. Do I have a bearish divergence? Not yet. But we already know that we did from a bearish divergence. Remember that? Let's go farther up. There we go, bearish divergence, market pump. So we could be looking for, let's see what else we can be looking for a retrace and bounce. Oops, we already have it. Market dumps, getting out, market pumps, and that's it. All right, so we just got market pumps. This means we could have, and let me go for the negative one first, not a big pump, but a bouncing here. Which means if I'm failing from the oscillator, the next thing I want to look at, for example, is going to be my support and resistance. Remember to debug that. Where is my big area of support? Where is my big area of confluence? It is at the loud, at this money flow POC. And if I turn on my support and resistances right here, you see that. So despite I'm on market pumps, and I could be looking at a retracement here to the upside, right? The bounce of the dynamic reactor. I'd rather wait just a little bit more. And why? Look at the volume here, it's going down. Look at the money flow. It's kind of like at the edge, or look at the 270, it's going down. If you don't have the plus, don't worry. There's a little trick in here that I want to show you guys, and it is adding some other indicators. For example, we know that the plus has volume, right? Volume. Of course, it's not going to be the same volume, but it's going to be the classical volume. Better that, right? Our volume is going to be a little bit more smooth, right? There we go. So you can add the volume, and you also can see the volume decreasing right here, as we also saw on where? On the prime plus, all right? And then what else we have on the prime plus? We have money flow, MFI. So we can go here and do money flow. There's something that yesterday I learned, which was adding the two money flows of the oscillator, which is amazing, guys. This was from Luna Beaches Crypto. I know he's not here, so shout out for his big idea. I love that, and I need to shout that out. How does that look? That looks like going to indicators, going to byte only, going to the Prime Oscillator Pro, chart prime oscillator. What is it? I already have a ton of beta here. Sorry, I test this. Market Oracle. No, sorry. Prime Oscillator Pro. Here we go. Let's add the Prime Oscillator Pro once again. Let's give it a second. Come on. And then what I'm going to be doing, just wait it for it to load. I'm going to click the gear icon, go to Trend Fusion Oscillator. All right. And on style, I might want to turn off, I don't know which ones are. I need to do a kind of like a guessing factor. I haven't done this. Let me just start turning things off in here. I want to get rid of the actual trend on the trend oscillator. I haven't done that. That's what I'm kind of like going for my investigation thing, right? So bear with me here. No, reversal down, I do want to. Oh. No, those one also gone. Perfect. All right. Oh, there we go. Almost there. Oh, no, that one, I like that one. All right. Remember, I'm after the money flow only and only money flow. And we have two money flows in here. All right. So just so you know. Now, I know it's a little boring. Bear with me. And I think that that's the best way that we can do at this moment. Yeah, I think that that's the best that we can do at this moment. Maybe if I go into inputs and start changing some stuff, I might be able to further configure, all right? And then what I'm going to be doing is, of course, ignoring the trend hint. What I'm after, it is the MFI, chart primes MFI, and also classical MFI. So I'm going to grab that and throw it on top of my oscillator here. Something that makes a little noise for me, it becomes a little noisy here, right? So let me do something here. Let me just go for volume. And how do I make volume? Well, whatever. I can hide volume for a little bit. And at this point, what I'm going to be doing on my in this one, it's going to be just maybe turning off the bands in here, right? I might have to go back and forth throughout the bands and then double click on both sides so they are both paired together. And I have my money flowing here just like I had it right here on my Prime Oscillator Plus, right? So if you don't have Plus, don't worry. Plus make it just a little bit more convenient, but you can do a replication here or a replicated here. And what I'm going to be looking at, it is going to be what? My money flow. Remember, there's two money flows. Our proprietary money flow that is basically turning back down and the classical money flow that is also turning back down. I want to see both of them pushing up before I commit to a long. Will that make sense? Would that wrap it up on the 3 points of contact and also maybe how to jump into that trade? And that is also talking about the dynamic reactor, right? Even if we are green on dynamic reactor, we're not there yet, right? All right. Following up, remember the main question was, second, when a price is at the premium price range and the dynamic reactor, we don't have premium just now, but I remember it's a premium zone, right? In a dynamic reactor, right? Example 50 time frame and reactor red green for 30, 60, and 2 hours, right? So this is green. And if I go lower, it's also green, right? And if I go higher, we're not green, but you get the point, right? Here's the other side of the coin. Add to it another reference. You see how am I clicking this other one? It is also copper, but it's still red. I do have a trend line. In that trend line, it can be adjusted slightly to compensate for this low, and this low. And guess what? We are almost there. Again, if I turn on my support and resistances, I will be seeing that I could be having some support all the way back down here. Is it a little lower? Yes, it's a little bit lower. But look at the money flow going down. Look at the other money flow going down. Look at the oscillator still going down. Look at the macro bearish divergence. So to answer that question, what would you do? You cross-reference and you commit to a possible entry. What would I do personally? Remember, it's not about the breakout. If we break the trend line, it's about the retest. So we could be going up. You see this V-shaped recovery? If I go to my copper, to the other copper that was bullish, right? Where is my confluence? Just wait for it to load. There we go. Going into the loud order block to my confluence zone and then maybe bounce below dynamic reactor. Is it the same analysis? Ken Wall, great to have you, buddy. Welcome. So, as you can see now, despite having slightly different signals, right, we're going for the bulk of what things are bunching up, which is confluence, right? And based on that confluence, that's where we commit to a possible scenario. So, long position, somewhere around here, setting my stop loss below. Let's just bring them back on. Below, just below, or add my resistance, or sorry, support, and give it just a little bit of a wiggle room. All right, that will be it, and that's what I'm gonna be counting for. Remember, always look for over or above 1 risk reward ratio. All right, so hopefully that has answered your question, my friend. Let's go to the next one, the third question, and I don't think that we're gonna have enough time to do the stop loss, but last, I have been watching the coins on Coinbase for a bit over a year now. Even every day, there are some coins that start and run. Absolutely, there are always those coins. Also, remember that the coins, whoever launched them, also have pre-allocations. Not all of them, but many do that, and that's something that I don't really like. So when it's launched, people already have it, right? They create a little bit of a insufficiency on the market. The price goes up because everybody was expecting, or some group was expecting that push to the upside, and then whoever already had it sells a portion of it, and then they buy back below. So that's just something that's going to happen everywhere. Like, for example, let's just say Caspa. Caspa is not a pre-allocation coin, right? Caspa has been trading for contracts, so you can get it if you want to, right? But it's not on any broker. What do you think is going to happen when Caspa get released? I don't know, on Binance, on Bybit, on Bitget, Bluffing, any of those ones. I think we're going to have a major pump on Caspa, right? So how do you get prepared? By looking at all of those coins, how they develop. Are they into a broker? Are they not into the broker? Do they follow a narrative, right? What is behind the scenes? Does it interest you? Is it important for you or not, right? So remember, pick your flavor and go try some other new flavors based on what you already know you like, right? So lastly, let's say top of the wave, run for 15 to 30% that morning. The middle would you try to catch the run? Not at all. Like TCKUSD, no, not at all. Because remember, most of them are pre-allocated, so they're just waiting. Last time I did that was with XRP, when XRP was new, when it was just launching. In fact, there was a pump and dump Telegram. I caught their first 2 pumps and dump. I did amazingly, and then the third one, we got infiltrations of the Telegram group, and they robbed us up. They fucked us up big time, like they're big time, right? And that's because big players were already pre-allocated. They already knew of it, and on the previous dump, they bought a fuck ton of XRP, and then they took advantage of us buying, and they just dumped the price on us. So yeah. No, I learned my lesson there. I learned my lesson. At the start of writing out my question this morning, it was up to a 60%. Now it drops to 4.5 already. Now you need to be before that. And the only way to do that is by searching throughout the coins that you believe that could be moving. Let's do an example. I think that we can start wrapping up the class today, and let's do some gem hunters, right? Let's do some hunting. Let's see. Also, I'm at the. Let me go back at the bottom and start reading you guys. Short the resistance. Yes, exactly. Prepare for up and down. Exactly. Also, going down. The prophecy is opposite to the trend. Yes, exactly. That is a big pro there. Ready. So you should be looking at the prophecy being against the trend. That way, kind of like you already know that it has been switched and you're looking for the upcoming movement, right? Once again, prophecy needs to be paired with support and resistance, all right? If we have the dump and we're rejecting from a resistance, you know that it has a higher accuracy there, all right? Just does not do this to yourself, right? Remember, open up your vision, use at least 3 points of contact, and make sure that the most or the bulk of the indicators are pointing the same direction. If you don't feel comfortable with that, remember what we learned yesterday. You can divide your entry, lower your risk by lowering your leverage, and allocate the half of your same entry below, right? Waiting and just moving your stop loss as we go up. So prepare for your worst case scenario. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Gem hunting. Quantum reactor is good to show fake outs. Not yet green enough. Quantum reactor, very good one. I still love the dynamic reactor, by the way. Quantum reactor is doing a great job. And I don't know, might be one of those tools that are just crazy for it, for the results. But we'll have to see that. In our testing, it performed exceptionally well. All right, let's clean this up and let's get started with some gem hunting. Guys, let's do our flavor searching. What do you guys like? What have you heard? And what are some low cap coins that you might be interested on? Let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to go to Coinbase and do my own research. But remember, guys, going for popularity, it is actually doing this, right? Maybe going to Twitter, maybe going to Facebook, maybe going to whatever you see and asking the community, what are you guys trading, right? What are you guys crazy about? So Lucky Deal says, Ponky and Mumu, Mumu. Turbo, all right, Turbo should be a good one. Rare pumps like hell. All right, let's take a look at those ones. But first of all, let me go to CoinGecko. I think CoinGecko might be a little bit more suitable. CoinGecko.com, and let's do just the .com here. All right, man, my eyes. Shoot. Where is it? Come on. What is the freaking talk about? Oh, yeah, better, much better. All right, something that I like to do here when we're gem hunting, it is going for change in the 24 hours or 7 days, right? So, or 24-hour volume. Any of these ones will do, right? So let's go for 24-hour volume. What have increased on the 24-hour volume or in the last 7 days? BitTorrent, hate it. Not gonna be trading that one. Polygonmatic, nice. Avid, nice. Tron, again, I told you, I hate it, but it's performing very well. Well, let's go for something that is not that known. Let's see. What else? We can go farther down. Arbitrum. No, I think we're seeing a couple of pumps in here for the already known coins. All right, let's go to maybe the 24-hour volume, and ton. I mean, ton already have like flake out. Sorry, pump up. Let's see if what else. Tron chain, rune. Nah. What? LDO, Jupiter. Jupiter is one of the ones I caught very nicely. This one, Jupiter. Caspa, remember the ones that we were talking about? These two. So that's kind of like you can get started. Breath, right? Another one. But let's go and take a look at Punk. I haven't heard about it. And also, guys, let me show you something interesting at the end of the class. We have an AI searching for coins, and I'm going to be showing you the easy way to look for those coins at the moment. All right. It's a little bit behind because it takes for short data and it take it from many sources, but it is good for an overall overview. All right. So let's go and look for, what was it? Here we go, Punk. Mexi, Bybit, and Poloniex. BitGet. Where are you trading in, my friend? Lucky deal. Where are you looking at it? If I had to choose, there you go, Bybit. Yeah, that was my go for. And let's do perpetual contracts. I think it's gonna be a little more volatile, so let's make it fun there. And we also have render right down here. All right, perfect. So, let's go for how much of a history we have. Not much, but we can start doing some research here. All right. Something that I will be looking at is going to be the volume. Where are my smart money areas and where could it maybe go, right? At this point, let's get started. We already have a falling wedge, which is breaking. We have the breakout and we have the smart target. The smart target seems to be very precise. And that's because look at we have the POC, right? We have the biggest volume there, and also we have, what is this? A liquidity zone. The only thing that I don't like is that we have dynamic reactor in the way, right? So we could be seeing a big rejection, right? Maybe at the previous lows, right? That coexists very nicely with this liquidity zone, grab some strength, and do something like that. All right. So where do you start jumping in here? Do you jump after the pump and you try to catch the middle of it? Of course not. So could be a good idea if you are looking at punk and you think could be going up, right? To allocate a little bit of money. Where at? Well, let's go for something like the actual range, right? Let's go for let's measure a possible range. I see a bottom here and maybe this topic here. So as long as I'm within this range, I'll try to jump in at the center or at the bottom of the range, not at the top. If I want to jump in, I will be jumping in, as we already know, at the retrace right here. All right, so it's not about the breakout, it's about the retrace, about the pullback. All right, and at the pullback, I'll be maybe trying to jump into a little bit of punk. Maybe let's just be conservative. Let's do a 2x, $20, right? I think that will be okay. By the way, guys, if you're talking about, I mean, you might be even laughing inside of you right now and saying, hey, how the hell you're doing 2x, right? And this is because it's a low cap volume. And a low cap means that as you go down, the percentage will go rapidly faster on it. Like, for example, if you take a look at this measuring tool, let's go for the ruler. What's my ruler? Do I have it in here? No, I don't have it. Come on, where are you, ruler? Oh man. Well, whatever. Let me see if I can turn on label. There we go. 37%. Right? 37%. Only this little itty bitty movement, right? For me, this is freaking amazing. And guys, this is no leverage, almost 40% no leverage with this itty bitty movement, right? You see, and that is because of the market capitalization. The lower the market capitalization, the bigger the percentage at the smaller pump or the smaller dump. Does that make sense? So if we take a look at Bitcoin in this same kind of movement, right? This is not a 30% move. We're talking about a 4% move from Bitcoin like that, like 10 times smaller. Why? Because it has much more capitalization. It's just like throwing a rock into a puddle of water. The puddle of water, the size of the water body, it is how much capitalization does it have. Let's just compare Punk. Maybe Punk is a little bit of a, it's a puddle of water, small puddle of water, right? Let's just say that you take this size of a rock and you throw it to that puddle of water. It's gonna make a mess. So this rock, right? Which maybe it's I don't know. Let's just $1 million. it's gonna make a huge difference on the water content of that puddle. But if we go to our pool, right? Maybe the pool is Bitcoin, right? And I grab the exact same $1,000,000, the exact same rock, and I throw it to the pool. Yes, it's gonna have an impact, but it's not gonna be as dramatic, as life-changing as for the puddle. Does that make sense? So the lower the market capitalization is, the smaller the body of water is, and the greater the impact of whatever money you're throwing into it. All right. So at this point, you already have my suggestion in this. Just enter if you believe that this could be it, and again, enter in smart zones at support, or a breakout back at support. So with breakout, it's about the retest at retest area. All right. And then maybe if you cannot catch a retest, like for example, we have a breakout and we start flagging like this, most likely it's gonna a continuation as long as we are above the 0 line. Of course, this could be a Bart Simpson, but that's why you use a stop loss. Does that make sense, or would that make sense? And I'm talking something like this. Look at that. We have the range where we did nothing. We broke the range. We had the pullback small. We did not went all the way down, right? So we have the range. We could be having the pullback and maybe not going back in here, maybe just flagging out. And once you start seeing that flag out, well, then you enter at breakout or at the bottom of the flag. Always use a stop loss, because that is going to be one of those things that you need to set your stop loss with, because you don't get wrecked. Left under the smile icon. Quick McGee, you requested to look at MFI. We still have some 5 minutes. I was also trying to push it at the end of the class. I see you here. Let's talk about the MFI today. Yo, what's up, my friend? So I want to get started with one of our biggest tools that I really like and enjoy, which is our oscillator. Let's add it from scratch so you can see what I'm talking about, right? Let's go to indicators, let's go to invite only scripts, and then we go to Prime Oscillator Pro, right? Let's add it. Let's just wait for it. Come on. And there we go. That's it. We got it. At this point, we have two different money flow indexes, and you can find them on the Trend Fusion Oscillator. All right, let's take a look at it. Let me make it big in here for you to see. And we have, of course, the trend on the oscillator, right? Which will also react to the trend on the market, the price action, right? The trend on the oscillator. That is this blocky red and green thing, all right? And then we have two MFIs, money flow indexes. We have the green and red MFI, all right? This one. Which is the classical MFI, all right? And then you have our proprietary MFI calculation, which is this blue, faint blue line or histogram, or whatever you want to call it, right? The thing is, they are looking at the same calculations, but different data, right? So they're looking at the same calculations, different data. We're measuring differently in adding an exposure factor to our MFI. The thing in here is to give you a contrast on how the MFI works, right? Because sometimes you see that MFI start doing this and then boom, it just changes and it racks you up, because you said, hey, this thing was going down. When did it reverse, right? It reversed when people start buying. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, but how could I tell? That's why we're trying to look the other way. Look behind your back, right? And that's why we're giving you another confluence MFI. So what's happening here? MFI, it's going up, and MFI, it's going down in here. Let's pair those two together. So going, let's just high versus up, somewhere around there, right? When you have discrepancy between MFIs, it is one section of MFI is flowing in, while the other one is flowing out. They cancel each other. Does that make sense there, Quiffy McGee, sorry. Let's see, really. You don't worry. We're gonna see like samples, kind of. Perfect. All right, that's fine. We're gonna see some examples, right? So right here, without looking at the charts, can you use BTC? Yeah, let's do BTC. Why not? And you know what? Let's do it blindly, so you see what I'm talking about, right? So we need to look for areas of discrepancy. For example, MFI here is pointing down, is going down until here, right? So I don't want this. And here is going up, right? And it kept going up until here. So I'm gonna measure areas of discrepancy here to here, right? So let's go for another area of discrepancy. Going down, they're paired. Going, green and going down again. Oh, here it is. Maybe we could also start looking at this area here. Look at how the money flow is going down. This one is also going down, right? But it is still green. So in this kind of discrepancy, and let me just move it a little bit. There we go, something like here, because our MFI is still going down and it's crossing the zero line. Let's go even do the cross of the zero line. Both are moving downwards, but the classic MFI is still green. So this could be a range trickling downwards, right? Something like that. That could be getting ready at this point where both of them are pointing up for a breakout, right? And from here, well, let's see, as we pull back up, we should be start seeing both pairing up. So this could be a pump. Let's see another discrepancy area. Here we go. This is a beautiful one. Look at how the price is going down versus up, right? So our MFI is going down and the opposite MFI is going up until this area right here. This is, and let me mark it, this is most likely, not always, but most likely a range, a flat range, all right? So do you see the discrepancy that I'm talking about? Just the discrepancy, just how the two money flows are pointing different like ways. One is going up and the other one's going down. Right? Let's go simple. Perfect. Now let's go here. And do we have a range? I would say we fairly do. Is it a slightly push-up range? Yes, it is. And that is because maybe this money flow right here, it was just a little bit stronger. But other than that, I mean, you can see that we're crossing, right? We're crossing once again, and we're crossing once again. What is it? MFI going up, MFI going up, going down and going up. You see those three discrepancies? So looking at of a macro way, right? We can expand it all the way up here. And I would not be calling this a discrepancy because both are bearish in here, despite we bounce, all right? Despite we bounce. So for me, based only on the MFI, and we are doing this, we are tunnel visioning it, right? Remember, we need to combine the techniques that we learned with the rest of the indicators. But at this point, you can see very fairly that we were ranging, and ranging we were, right? Then, as I told you guys right here, most likely we had a pump because both of MFIs were not only pushing upwards, but also our MFI was very dramatic on its change, right? Till I start clipping maybe, or till I start reducing maybe, right? So this is let's just say MFI uncertainty area, right? Right between here and here. And that's because our MFI clipped out and we flattened out on the other MFI, right? So as you can see, we also went ranging. So flat MFI is ranging, discrepancy, one MFI going up and the other MFI going down. That is also discrepancy, that is ranging. So those flat outs or discrepancy means range. Both pointing downwards, especially breaking the zero line, and both pointing downwards, bearish, right? both pointing upwards, bullish. Will that make sense? Thank you, little fish. Really appreciate it, my friend. So, let me ask you a question here. What do you see here happening on Bitcoin? Flat out of money flow, isn't it? And both, I mean, slightly curving down, and we can see a lower high. You see that? But most of it flattening out. Let's combine it with what we already know. Our prime screener is 6 neutral, right? Neutral trying to turn into bullish, right? So what are we expecting? Breaking a resistance or going back down for a big support for a possible entry. Would that make sense on the money flow? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a ton of ways to use it, but for me, that's the way that I use it. I mean, it's just like, putting water into a plant, right? If you put money, it grows. So as the money flow, it's going up. So you see money rushing in, well, then most likely it's going to pull up. But if your plant pot has a hole and the water is going out, that's why you have your secondary money flow to see if your pot is holding that water for your plant, which is your asset. I can take advantage of that money, or if it's leaking somewhere that we don't know, right? So that's why we have those two money flows there, and for me that works excellent. Something that I want to add to this, it is the other oscillator. Let me go ahead and show you right here the VM MVP oscillator. In here, I'm just going to be looking at something here. I want to buy at below the 0 line at the bottom with big body green candles. Look at that. If you bought there, that is amazing, isn't it? So am I ready to buy? Not yet for holdings, right? I need maybe give it a little bit of a wait. That's basically when I look for buys. Look at that, beautiful. That calls almost all the time some great DCA entries on dumps, right? So there you go, a little trick for you to look for big possible entries, or for you to consider maybe a big entry. Big entry means full entry, or maybe a double down entry for holding, or a very low leverage, right? This is not financial advice. I just need to tell you that. All right, so guys, we have run out of time. Green bars, exactly, green bars. Looking at you, bars. All right, guys, I think we have reached the end of the class. It was a very exciting class. I think it was too much information. Go step by step. I'm going to be posting this not on YouTube, but in this channel. And tomorrow I'll also show you the link where it's going to be located. It's going to be on the class recordings, all right? Depending on the size, maybe I'm not able to upload it. I'll see what I can do. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for joining today. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. And for everybody that got Plus, guys, enjoy. We're going to be having a Friday class exclusive for Plus. We're going to be looking at how to use the indicators, talking about trading psychology, so on and so forth. And if you did not got Plus, don't worry. We're still going to be having those classes. I already also give you the tip on how to add volume and money flow index to your existing pro indicators, and basically you can follow up along with those ones, right? Other than that, guys, have a beautiful rest of your day, and hopefully you guys have a very soon Lambo. When Lambo, guys. So guys, as always, see you guys tomorrow.